Hi guys, so for this training I'll be using the same paper and the back piece. I'll be using the cutout at the front and back piece. So you can see that there's a borderline at the beginning part of the paper. Now I measured 2.5 inches for the front overlap, the bottom overlap in the front. Since I'll be using the same paper, so I had to leave allowance for the front part. So for your back measurement, this is an oversized shirt. For your back measurement, you use your normal back measurement divided by 2 plus 2.5 inches. So my back measurement was 16 divided by 8 divided by 2, 8 plus 2.5. Then I'll measure my bust point, my waist point, and my top length. The full top length I'm using is 28 inches for the oversized shirt. Then you remember to add your sewing allowance. So it's going to be 29 inches. I added sewing allowance of 1 inch to the full length. So you measure your bust point, your waistline, and your full top length. And your full top length. Then you connect everything with the ruler. Connect everything with the ruler from your bust point to your waistline and your top length, the full top length. Just take your time and follow through with the tutorial. It's actually simple. It's an oversized shirt. This trending oversized shirt we are seeing that ladies are wearing now. Don't forget, when drafting your pattern, add your 1 inch allowance to the length of your top. For it's not standard size of top, I will use 28 inches for the length. But because it's an oversized shirt, that's why I'm using 28 inches. Some can use 29, some can even use 30. So my back width is 2 inches, while the back depth is 1 inch. The back width 2 inches, depth 1 inch. For the front, I'm using 3 inches for the depth. For the front, 2 inches for the 2 inches for the width. I'm going to use my curve ruler to connect them. I'm using my curve ruler to connect them. Just patiently follow through while I'm drafting this pattern. So I'm rechecking my measurement. That's 10.5. I'm also going to use that 10.5 to draft my armhole from the midpoint. The armhole will stop on the board. From the bust point, I'm going to go up by 1 to get my armhole depth. Since it's a free shirt, the armhole is not going to be fitted, it's going to be loose. It's going to be loose. So you can also use your bust point depth as your armhole depth, or you're just going by 1, but please don't go up by more than 1 inch, or else it's going to be tight in the armhole part. So you can see I'm 9 inches depth for the armhole. The depth is 9 inches. Then from that shoulder part, I'm coming down by 0.5 for the shoulder slope. 0.5. My bust, I'm measuring my bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches. That's the bust of 40 divided by 4. That's 10 plus 2 inches. That's 13 inches. You can see that I skip the waist and went straight to the top length. So in top length, I'm going to measure my hip circumference divided by that's hip of 44 divided by 4, 11. plus 3 inches. Then I'll connect it with my ruler. I'll connect it. I'm trying to use my curve ruler to connect before to connect the lines. So in the waist part, the waist of that waist is this. I'm going to go in from the waist by 1 inch. Remember, we will not take any measurements from the waist. I'm going to go in from that waist by 1 inch. The lines together. Just make sure you connect properly. Please connect the lines properly. From the bust to the waist, then from the waist to the hip. Remember I said we should remember to add sewing allowance length. So that's what I'm doing, because initially I did not add the sewing allowance to the length. That's why I was repeatedly asking us to add sewing allowance to the length, so as not to shorten our top length. So I'm going to go up from the top length. I'm going to go up by 2 inches, then connect. I'm going up by 2 inches, then I'm going to connect it. That's 2 inches from the sides. Then you can see the way I'm connecting it with my curve ruler. So this pattern is serving as both the front pattern and the back pattern. The only difference is that the 2.5 inches we left at the borderline, that's at the center front, is going to be for the front measurement. So now to get our armhole, we're going to get our midpoint of our armhole, going by 1/2 inches on the midpoint, and curve it. You can see the way I curved it. Then add your sewing allowance of half inch. Of our inch sewing allowance. Make sure you have your sewing allowance, very important. So I added my sewing allowance of half inch, that's same allowance, to the waist, the bust, the hip. Please make sure your pattern are neat. So at this point, I'm drawing our shoulder slope. I'm also going to add my allowance to the armhole and the shoulder slope. I'm still going to add my allowance to the armhole and the shoulder slope. So your allowance should not be more than 0.5 inches. 0.5 inch. Your allowance should not be more than 0.5 inch. can say I'm taking my time just to draft the pattern, so you don't need to rush. 11.5 inch and I was all through. And at this point, I'm also measuring my shoulder slope allowance. So at this point, I'm going to cut out the pattern. Yes, I'm going to trace out the pattern. I'm tracing out the pattern. After cutting the pattern out, I'm going to fold out the overlap for the button, so you can see what I'm doing. From the line, the border line we drew at the beginning, I'm going to fold that line to show us that midpoint, to show us the center front. So in case you want to cut the back pattern, we just fold that part completely inside and trace out the back pattern. Then I'm going to measure 1 inch out of that, from that folded line. I'm measuring 1 inch out. That 1 inch is going to serve as our overlap. Then the remaining 1.5 inch is going to serve as the back part of the overlap. One inch is the part that is going to lap over each other, both the left side and the right side, while the remaining 1.5 is going to serve as the back part of the overlap. Then just fold each line properly. The 1 inch line and the 1.5 inch line, fold them properly. So you can cut out the neckline, the back neckline. Cut out only the back neckline first on this paper. Then after cutting out your fabric using this pattern, you cannot cut out the front neckline. But on this pattern, I'm cutting just the back neckline off, then the shoulder slope off. Please don't cut the front neckline yet. Don't cut it now. So we can see how it's turning out. You can see how the pattern is turning out. So our main pattern is ready. We're going to go into cutting off the sleeves. So I joined some of the pieces of paper that's left together. So for this sleeve, depending on where you want your sleeve to be, I'm using a sleeve measurement of length, 15 inches length. 15 inches length. Then at this point, I'm measuring my armhole. My armhole of the shirt pattern I'm going to use to draft the armhole of the top pattern, of the sleeve pattern, sorry. The armhole of the shirt pattern is what I'm going to use to draft the armhole of the sleeve pattern. So because the edges of the paper are not smooth, I have to draw a straight borderline just to direct drafting, so we can get straight lines to start with. So I'm going down by 6 inches for the armhole curve. 6 inches. This is a full shirt. So the sleeve is also going to be very free. The sleeve is going to be very free, same way the shirt was free. Don't forget our sleeve 15 inches. Then this is a free shirt. It's not going to have the normal folding, it's going to have a wide folding allowance. So for my folding allowance, I'm using 2 inches. 2 inches. So the full length of the sleeve pattern I'm cutting is 17 inches. Then for the one circumference is 20 inches. 20 inches divided by 2, 10. Because I want the sleeve to be very wide. Sleeve is not something really, it's a free sleeve, so it's not following any major pattern. So just do what works for you for this sleeve part. Just make sure that it comes out well. Make sure it comes out very well. And make sure that your whatever armhole you're getting here is the same armhole with your shirt pattern. So I'm reducing my armhole, you can see. So once I'm done with the curve, I'm measuring my 20 inches of armhole circumference divided by. So can you see? So I love some clips of this sleeve pattern. I love some clips. So what I just did was I added my sewing allowance, then I straightened the lines of my sleeve to make it straight. So I realized that it was giving me a pointy head at the tip. So the armhole circumference that I later got was 19 inches instead of 20 because of the pointy part at the down part of the sleeve. So our sleeve is ready. Let's go straight into the collar, cutting of the collar. So guys, this is the collar. This is collar, but I'm so sorry. I lost the video of when I was drafting this collar, but I promised to redraft it again in another video. So what I did is, this is the down part. For the, our collar is divided into two. The part that connects to the neckline directly, and the upper part that overlaps down. So I measured 1.5 inches here, half for sewing allowance, then 1 for the main collar. But the kind of collar I'm cutting, I'm not cutting it separate, I'm cutting it together. So from here to this point, that's the wideness of the overlap is 3.5. Do you understand? It's 3.5. That's for the wideness. Can you see? Then at this part, I just went up by half an inch. And at the top part, so I went up by half an inch. This part you are seeing here is for the overlap of the button overlap. It's 1 inch. Like I said, our button overlap is, can you see it? 1 inch. Then I added quarter of an allowance to sew it. That the sewing allowance is quarter, not half. It's just this down part that is half, this down part that is half. Do we understand? So if I was cutting it separate, I'll cut here. Do we understand? But it's just this neck part I'm cutting, and I'll cut it out. Do we understand? Then for this part, I came down by half an inch. So it's going to sit properly on the neck. I actually did not want it to be straight all around. Do we understand? So that's all. This is our collar, this is our sleeve, and our main shirt. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. You can drop your suggestions and your corrections for me. Do like, share, and subscribe, please. Thank you so much for staying with me. Bye.